Welcome to Bruiser Bedlam. You're going to see the roughest, toughest wrestlers in the world. We have the finest wrestlers in the world, Terry.
You aren't kidding. We've got El Bracero to join us today, along with the Hangman. You will see the Polynesian Wildman against Rick Sampson. That should be an excellent match, along with Bulldog Don Kent and the World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, the Great Wojo, all here today.
You've got the wildest man in the wild Polynesian man and the meanest and the greatest champion in the world, the Great Wojo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the World Wrestling Association is proud to present International All-Star Championship Wrestling. Another edition of Bruiser Bedlam, coming to you from the fabulous Premier Center in Detroit.
This is one fall, 15-minute time limitation. Introducing from parts unknown. He weighed in at 330 pounds. Here is the Hangman. And his opponent from Mexico City, Mexico. He's known as the Super Mex. He weighed in at 230 pounds. Here is El Bracero. Bracero.
All right.
Bracero.
All right, Terry.
Yeah, we got a goodie here.
Terry Sullivan, it's okay with me.
The Hangman and El Bracero.
Terry Sullivan, that Hangman must weigh twice as much as El Bracero.
Yeah, but
Uh-oh, he's got a rope in his back. Wake up, referee. He's got the whole...
this could be serious for El Bracero. Bracero takes him off his feet, though.
He's got his whole... he just saw it. The referee said not. He didn't see it.
Bracero working on the left leg of the Hangman here. Huge man from parts unknown. Certainly going to have his hands full with El Bracero despite the size advantage.
Oh, and there's the rope.
Look at him. He's got that noose in his hand.
Yeah, now he's going to
Come on, referee.
Oh.
Uh-oh, now you're in trouble.
That's...
He's going to get rid of it very quickly here, I think. Like it or not.
Uh-oh.
The Hangman, the man in black from parts unknown, locks up with El Bracero. El Bracero, certainly one of the most skillful wrestlers I've ever had the pleasure of witnessing in action. The guy has such a vast repertoire of holds and maneuvers. Mind-boggling.
Yeah, but he's not mind-boggling anybody right now.
That's the truth. Uh-oh, there he comes.
I think this guy's just too big for him. See?
Yeah, he is. Going to take an awful lot here. Well, I'm sure Bracero's faced big.
Oh.
That's one way to get him down.
Yeah, he figured him out.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yes, sir.
Getting set to square off again, El Bracero. El Bracero certainly has opened a lot of eyes with his tag team partner, Chris Carter, of late. They form the team which is currently the #1 contending team for the World Tag Team Championship. Soon to come in the program today, the Polynesian Wildman.
Oh, no, if he lifts him, I don't believe this.
No, trying, but he can't get him up.
I knew he couldn't get him up.
Look at the Hangman, very, very proud of him. Yeah, a little too big, Bracero. More than one way to skin a Hangman, though.
Yeah. Now what's he going to do?
Going to try for a full Nelson. I don't think he's going to have a whole lot of luck here either. I think Bracero knows what he's doing, though. I think he's trying to get the Hangman overconfident, Bruiser. What do you think?
Well, to me, it looks like a flea trying to scratch an elephant.
Bracero with the boot into the midsection.
He's scratching him now, though.
Uh-oh, reversal. Bracero just moved out of the way.
Now, wait a minute. Is he going to jump?
Yes, sir.
He's going to fly.
Look out below. Whoa. High cross body blocking for the count. That is it.
It's a good thing that El Bracero can jump off that top rope, because I don't see any other way he could have beat him. It's just too darn big.
This match, El Bracero.
El Bracero, another great victory, an impressive victory over a good man, the Hangman. Let's take a look at it again as Bracero sets to
look at him fly.
There's about 230 pounds coming at him, and that was all it took to defeat the Hangman. Much more action coming up, ladies and gentlemen. You won't want to miss a second of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, some exciting news concerning the return of Bruiser Bedlam Championship Wrestling here to Toledo. We will be at the Lucas County Stadium as part of a gigantic fundraiser for the benefit of the MakeAWish Foundation. You can enjoy the Toledo Mud Hens in baseball action and witness Bruiser Bedlam wrestling action at its best. Coming to Lucas County Stadium on Tuesday, July the 29th. And one extra special attraction direct from the Miller Lite commercials from the Oakland Raiders, former All-Pro Ben Davidson will be on hand. He will be acting as a special guest referee for one of our wrestling matches that evening. And in addition to that, a special challenge arm wrestling match. Imagine this. Ben Davidson to take on the world heavyweight champion, the great Wojo, in an arm wrestling contest. That's all coming to Lucas County Stadium, and what a great cause it is. We're very, very proud to be putting on Bruiser Bedlam, all for the benefit of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Remember now, that's Mud Hens in baseball action, immediately followed by Bruiser Bedlam wrestling action, and you will see 2 title matches on that evening. A match for the World Tag Team Championship. Dr. Jerry Graham and his tag team partner Bulldog Don Kent to face Chris Carter, and 500-pound Yukon Moose Cholak. They will be the challengers for the title on the 29th. Also, you will see a match for the World Heavyweight Championship as the great Wojo faces Calypso Jim. That's in Toledo, Lucas County Stadium, Tuesday, July the 29th. Then for all of you Bruiser Bedlam wrestling fans in the Jackson, Michigan area, we will be at Optimist Park in Jackson. That's coming up on Saturday, July the 12th. A whole host of stars, including Dr. Jerry Graham, Chris Carter, the world champion, the great Wojo, and the world's most dangerous wrestler, Dick the Bruiser. That's coming to Optimist Park in Jackson, Michigan. That date again is Saturday, July the 12th. An outstanding Bruiser Bedlam wrestling program featuring the one and only, the world's most dangerous wrestler, Dick the Bruiser himself. At Optimist Park in Jackson, Michigan. Get your tickets and be ringside. Join us on Saturday, July the 12th.
On the screen now, ladies and gentlemen, the address and the telephone number if you'd like to contact us regarding bringing all the great stars from Bruiser Bedlam to your community. It's a great way to raise funds for your treasury, all you charitable or uncharitable organizations and groups. The address to write, Bruiser Bedlam, 151 West Jefferson, Suite 514 in Detroit, 48226. And the telephone number to call is area code 313-567-4444. Or if you have any questions you'd like George Cannon to ask some of your favorite wrestlers on Cannon's Corner, also send those questions to that address.
One fall, 15-minute time limitation. Introducing from Dayton, Ohio. He weighed in at 222 pounds. Here is Rick Sampson. And his opponent from the South Pacific. He weighed in at 256 pounds. Here is a Polynesian Wildman.
Well, get set for the invasion from the islands. Here he comes. The very, very angry man.
Yeah, he's mad.
Always.
Yeah, you know why he's mad?
No.
He lost his stick. Remember last time we saw him, he had a big stick?
Yeah.
He's lost his stick now.
Well, this guy is one man I wouldn't want to fool with.
Well, I'd rather fool with him without his stick than...
This will be a good match. Rick Sampson, we've seen a lot of good things from him in recent weeks.
A ring attendant is afraid to touch those sandals.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, she's very gingerly.
You got a couple of complete opposites in there, I believe. I do believe. Well, right off the bat, a boot into the midsection. Caught Sampson off guard. And the Polynesian Wildman unleashing all his fury right off the bat here. Very impressed with himself. He whips Sampson off of the ropes. Oh, missed with that
good.
one. And
Sampson's
body block in for the count.
Sampson's fast.
Yeah, he's on fire now. He knows he's going to get anywhere with this big man from the South Pacific.
He's a natural athlete, that Sampson.
Yeah. Outstanding football star as well as wrestler.
Yes,
I understand he's done a little coaching in his...
in football?
Yeah.
I understand.
Twisting that wrist now. Yep. Pulled off.
Yeah.
Handful of hair by the Polynesian Wildman. Rick Sampson from Dayton, Ohio. Polynesian Wildman clamps a side headlock on him, throws those fingers right into the throat. Sampson's in trouble now, flat on his back on a mat, as the Polynesian Wildman stomps away with those bare feet. Coming up in the program, the Bulldog. Bulldog Don Kent along with the World Heavyweight Champion, the great Wojo, both of them yet to come today on Bruiser Bedlam.
He's got Sampson going now.
Breaks away. Did he get him in the eyes? I don't know. It looked like he might have. Certainly the Polynesian Wildman will stop at nothing to gain a victory over any opponent. As I mentioned, a very dangerous man. Very big man, too. Stands well over 6.5 feet tall. Nice wrestling move by the Polynesian Wildman. In for the count. Only to 2, though. Rick Sampson, I believe, has got an extraordinarily bright future. He's still relatively new to the sport of pro wrestling. Big back body drop.
He really lifted him up then, Terry.
He's learning how to fight fire with fire. He's learning that the straight scientific moves aren't necessarily going to get it against a man like the Polynesian Wildman. Sampson's got his hold clamped on tightly. Wildman going for a little hair. That's caught immediately by referee Gene Lyons, right on his toes as always. Why do I think of Beauty and the Beast here looking at these two guys?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think if he put that long hair on Sampson, he'd look...
A little rugged, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Clothesline by the Polynesian Wildman. He drops down with a big elbow smash. Sampson's in trouble now. The Polynesian Wildman in for the count. He doesn't hook the leg, though. Oh, almost got that 3 count, nonetheless.
He almost was pinned, Terry.
Sampson has been stunned by the attack. Almost reversed it on the Wildman. Not quite, though. Wildman was too smart for that. Too experienced.
He tried to go for a reverse.
Knee lift sends Sampson back onto the ropes. Sampson's had a lot taken out of him now. May not have too much fire left in him at this point.
Right on
his head, yeah. In for the cover again. He could get him here. No, just in the nick of time again. Sampson is able to kick out. Rick Sampson, fine young wrestler.
He's hitting him.
He may be outmatched here, though, against the Polynesian Wildman, but then you never know. We could see a major upset here. Sampson's had some good luck with this particular hold so far. All the time he applies this hold, he's sapping the energy right out of the Polynesian Wildman.
No. Let's see.
Ropes, drop kick.
Good drop kick.
Wildman again walks right into it. And this time, though, no, I suspected that was going to happen.
Well, now that's a little different. I don't know whether he hurt his groin or hurt the back of his head.
Big body slam by the Polynesian Wildman. And the Wildman climbing to the top ropes. Oh, down he comes. Just nothing left for Sampson to move out of the way, and that 3 count goes in.
Well, he's still a Wildman.
One of these days we'll have to replay that match with Sampson and Bulldog Don Kent. What a classic that was.
The winner of this match, the Polynesian Wildman.
Well, he looked tough.
Good victory for the Polynesian Wildman.
As I said at the beginning of the program.
Let's see it again. Up to the top and off he comes. Coming up from about 6 feet or so in the air. And the count goes in by referee Gene Lyon. The Bulldog is coming up, ladies and gentlemen. You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, Tuesday, July the 29th, a very special night of professional wrestling action and Toledo Mud Hen baseball, a night we're very proud to be a part of, all happening at Lucas County Stadium. That's Tuesday, July the 29th. It's all for the benefit of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You will see the Toledo Mud Hens. They'll play a game, and that'll be followed by Bruiser Bedlam wrestling action. And special guest attraction joining us direct from the Miller Beer, the Miller Lite commercials, former All-Pro Oakland Raider Ben Davidson. He will be a special guest referee in one of the matches, and also be arm wrestling the world champion, the great Wojo. Also a match for the World Tag Team Championship. Dr. Jerry Graham and Bulldog Don Kent put the belts on the line against Chris Carter and Yukon Moose Cholak. And what a challenging team they're going to make. Calypso Jim takes on the great Wojo for the World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. That's July the 29th, a Tuesday night for the Make-A-Wish Foundation at Lucas County Stadium. Then Bruiser Bedlam in Jackson, Michigan at Optimist Park, Saturday, July the 12th. The great Wojo on hand, along with Dr. Jerry Graham, Chris Carter, and the world's most dangerous wrestler, Dick the Bruiser. Joining me now, Chris Carter, along with Ma'am Mountain Tyler and Chris Toledo. July the 29th, a very special night for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Very special, Terry. You know, I'm very, very proud to be part of this because my good friend Sam Botek is involved with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I hope we can raise tons of money. So I want all my good friends, Terry, you know the people in Toledo and I have a very special relationship. I want all my good friends to come out and support this most worthy cause, please, because the Make-A-Wish Foundation does so much good for the children.
Thanks, Chris, and I'm sure they will. Ma'am Mountain Tyler, you're psyched for a special match in Jackson on the 12th of July.
I'm excited. You know, this Muhammad Saad, he comes out here and he's from another country. He talks a lot of gaga. I'm going to give you a royal butt kick and I'm going to feed you to the hogs.
Okay, that's in Jackson, Michigan now. That's at the Optimist Park on Saturday, July the 12th. Chris Carter, just one of the great stars who will be there, including Dick the Bruiser. And in Toledo at Lucas County Stadium, Mud Hens baseball action followed by Bruiser Bedlam wrestling action. A night you won't want to miss, all for the benefit of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, a brand new feature now on the program on Bruiser Bedlam. We're very proud to take you now to the great George Cannon, another installment of Cannon's Corner. His special guest today, fast-rising young star Rick Sampson.
Hi, this is George Cannon. I'm coming to you with a new segment of Bruiser Bedlam, and it's called Cannon's Corner. And actually, I'm going to be talking to the wrestler on behalf of you, the wrestling fans. We'll be putting up an address a little later on the program where you can write to me in Cannon's Corner, and you are allowed 5 questions. Now, listen to this. You're going to write in, and you're going to mention whom the wrestler is that you want to talk to. Now, he might be a popular wrestler. He might not be so popular, but I want 5 questions from you. Now, every week we'll pick a letter, and every second week we'll do Cannon's Corner where you will see the wrestler on here, and I will ask your 5 questions. Now, in return, we're going to do something for you. We're going to give you 2 tickets to any Bruiser Bedlam match that you would like in this area. So I want all of you wrestling fans right now, and even if you don't want the tickets, if you just want to talk to the wrestlers or if you want me to talk to them on your behalf, then write to me at Cannon's Corner. We'll put that address a little later in the program. Today with us, we have one of the up-and-coming future champions of our business. I'm talking about Rick Sampson. You've seen him many times on Bruiser Bedlam. You're going to see him many, many more times. And I think he is the one fellow that we can say that is actually being groomed to take that title off of Wojo. It's true that Dr. Jerry Graham Jr. comes out here. He talks about Stan Hansen. He talks about Ric Flair. He talks about other champions who are willing to take the championship off of Wojo with a 2-on-1, everybody takes the belt title thing. It's not going to happen. It's going to happen right here, and I think Rick Sampson is the man that's going to walk away with the championship off the great Wojo. Rick, a little bit of your training before you got into professional wrestling.
Well, I was a high school state champion. I wrestled in the Army, an all-Army wrestling team for 2 years. That was my amateur background.
Did you ever try out for the United States Olympic team?
1984, I went to Olympic trials.
How did you make out in there?
I was 6th in my weight class, Olympic trials.
And your weight class was what at the time?
167 at that time.
167, and you built yourself up since that time. What do you weigh now, Rick?
About 215 right now.
And how much do you want to weigh before you hit Wojo?
I'd like to put on about another 20 pounds, about a year down the road. Around 235.
That's great. I like the way you wrestle. I like your moves. I've spoken to other wrestlers, and they seem to think a lot of you. They think your future is in professional wrestling. And, of course, the big money is where the championship is. At the present time, unfortunately, the champion is the great Wojo. And I honestly believe, Rick, that you, with a little bit more training, a little bit more weight, a little more determination, will be the next champ.
One of the wildest wrestling bouts you're ever going to witness, ladies and gentlemen, took place just a few weeks back. Never before seen on television. It took place in Toledo, Ohio at the Lucas County Recreation Stadium in front of 10,000 fans. Tag team action at its best. Dr. Jerry Graham and Bulldog Don Kent to face Calypso Jim and the Spirit of America, Chris Carter.
Challengers here. Now they got to have Wojo over there.
I think that's absolutely right. Headbutt by Calypso Jim puts Kent down. Kent took a heavy blow from that chair only a few moments earlier. Then that headbutt on top of that. Kent has got to have a real headache. Now look at Graham refusing the tag.
That's his way, Terry. He's afraid now. It's showing his true colors.
I don't know what kind of a hold he has over Bulldog Don Kent, but if I were Bulldog Don Kent and Jerry Graham refused to tag on me, I'd feel like turning around and belting him.
Exactly right. He probably should. But he's probably got him under his thumb. He's got a contract on him somehow. You don't know.
Yeah. Well, Bulldog, you can't let me get, too hurt in there. You have to save me because I'm the mine.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
And the fans begin the barking. Bulldog Don Kent, and he's going nuts. Thousands of fans here at Lucas County Stadium enjoying this championship action here as part of Cable System Day. And a momentary lull in the action as Chris Carter and Calypso Jim, the challengers, continue their quest for the championship here. Calypso Jim lets go with the right hand on Graham. And Graham is down, and it's Kent left in there to take some double teaming from Carter and Calypso Jim. Bulldog Don Kent head first into the turnbuckle, thrown there by Calypso Jim. Calypso's putting the boots to him now. Referee orders him back. Kent is too close to the ropes. Bulldog Don Kent trying to get over to the corner. Dr. Jerry Graham, now he's back up into the corner. Wojo walking back to the dugout here at Lucas County Stadium. Evidently had a little piece of advice to pass on to the doctor. And Calypso Jim being urged on by Chris Carter. Chris in the corner there saying, squeeze.
Terry, did you... can't believe what happened last week with Don Kent and Jerry Graham and his Wojo, where they sprayed paint into Calypso Jim's eyes.
Yeah. For those of you who might have missed Bruiser Bedlam, what Sam's referring to, three of them. Well, let's see what happens here. Bulldog Don Kent is down. Calypso Jim, though, took a knee to the back from Dr. Jerry Graham, interfering from the outside. Got to make a long story short, as you said it, Sam. They came in with a can of spray painted Calypso Jim, got it into his eyes, among other places.
Surprised he's not blind right now. It's
yeah, absolutely. Luckily, as you heard, the doctor was in attendance and was able to get in there and wash out the eyes, put in some drops, whatever it is they do, and we were lucky not to have any lasting injury to Calypso Jim's eyes. But you add that to the time that Graham and his cronies cut Calypso Jim's hair. They've just done so many things to this guy. I don't know how much he can take.
And like you and Chris Carter did it so well on the Anatomy of a Feud. Unbelievable what this Graham has started, and I think at the Hotel Sofitel that Calypso Jim is going to finish it.
Absolutely. We might mention that again here. Inside of a steel cage, it will be Calypso Jim teaming up with Dick the Bruiser on the 22nd of June to take on the champions here, providing they hold on to their title belts. If they do, the championships will be at stake inside of a steel cage. Graham and Kent against Calypso Jim and Dick the Bruiser. The great Wojo to meet Cousin Junior. Sofitel. Moose Cholak meets the Kentucky Butcher. Chris Carter and the Polynesian Wildman. The midget boxing match. Farmer Pete and Little John. Sam Botek Jr., the special referee for that one.
We're excited about it, Terry. We're going to have a great card, great crowd, great place to have it in. June 22nd. Get your tickets soon because it's selling out fast.
Tickets are available at the Miller Country Store there. Beautiful establishment there on Summit Street, as well as all shed locations in the lobby of the Hotel Sofitel. One of the great match to open up the card to show you what a strong card it is. El Bracero will meet Muhammad Jihad Saad in the opener.
Unbelievable. You got to watch out for that Muhammad Jihad Saad's wife, too. She carries a lot of weapons.
Carries a lot of weight, too, but we won't talk about that.
Look here. Look at Chris Carter go crazy. Putting it to him.
Carter is doing just that to the champions. Now there is that sleeper hole. He's caught the sleeper.
Oh, look at Graham.
Graham's got a chain.
He's got a chain. I knew it.
Wait a minute.
He'd come out with it.
You know, I am so sick. I am so sick of watching that chain. This is just disgusting, Sam.
The only way
We've seen him there with that chain. You know, wait a minute. I can't sit here and watch that. Hang on. Oh, you take the mic.
It's unbelievable. Chris Carter's down. He may be out. They're finding the chain. Terry Sullivan has found the chain. Dr. Jerry Graham's saying no, but... Oh, no! Here goes Terry Sullivan's out of the ring! Oh, no! We should get a doctor. Check him out over here. Oh, no! Here goes the referee now, too. Dr. Jerry Graham's going crazy. It's unbelievable what these gentlemen have done. The ref is down. Chris Carter's hurting. Terry Sullivan, our announcer, has been thrown completely out of the ring. Oh, there goes the ref again. They're helping Terry Sullivan up. Now they run out like dogs. Don Kent, Jerry Graham Jr. Unbelievable. Hopefully we'll get a few words from Terry Sullivan here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the address and telephone number on the screen right now. We saw Cannon's Corner a moment ago. If you have any questions you'd like George to ask any of the wrestlers, by all means, drop us a line. Write down those questions and send them to us. Or if you would like, on behalf of your group or organization, to bring all the stars of Bruiser Bedlam to your town, an outstanding way to put a lot of money in your club's treasury. We'll send you all the details, or you can call us and ask about them. Write to us in care of Bruiser Bedlam at 151 West Jefferson, Suite 514 in Detroit, 48226. The telephone number is area code 313-567-4444.
This is one fall, 15-minute time limitation. Introducing from Maumee, Ohio, he weighed in at 250 pounds. Here is Jerry McIntyre. And his opponent weighed in at 243 pounds from Broken Bone, Arizona. He's the world's bone breaker. It's Bulldog Don Kent.
Watch out. The Bulldog is in the ring. The fans, somebody at ringside has a box of Gainsburgers, Bruiser. Milk-bone dog biscuits. And look at that sign. You saw the sign in reference to Dr. Jerry Graham, who is not in attendance tonight, nor will he be.
Oh, no, this is...
Kent wasting no time going to work on Jerry McIntyre.
He tried to leg dive the Bulldog, but he wouldn't let him get his arms locked.
Bulldog's too experienced for that. Dr. Jerry Graham's antics have caught up with him. He was barred from the Premier Center here tonight. He will not be in attendance, thankfully, for the opponents of his army. One of whom, of course, is co-holder of the World Tag Team Championship, Bulldog Don Kent. Of course, Kent is dangerous enough with or without Graham, let's face it. He's a top star and has been for quite a while. Oh, Kent, ooh.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
You can see the sweat pop off his face then.
Kent is really laying him in on Jerry McIntyre.
Kent is a brutal opponent to have in the ring. He can really put the hurt on. When you come out of a match with Bulldog Don Kent, as I'm sure you can attest, Bruiser, you got a lot of bruises on you.
That's right.
Bruiser, certainly you have faced the very best in your career. How would you rank Bulldog Don Kent in terms of all the greats you have faced over the years?
Well, he's one of the top rough guys.
Kent wants those Gainsburgers.
He's rough.
People barking at him again. That drives him a little nuts.
I think that if I was McIntyre, I'd grab that collar.
McIntyre head first into the turnbuckle. Bulldog with a boot to the midsection. There's another one.
You see the sweat flying out of his uniform when he kicks him.
Kent has just been relentless so far in his attack on Jerry McIntyre from Maumee, Ohio.
Oh, he's got him.
Kent again, irate at the antics of some of the fans at ringside. Here's the guy with the Gainsburgers.
Now McIntyre should get him.
That's a good point. That's one thing about Kent. The fans can get to him and distract him to give an opponent an opening. Kent just stomping away. Fists, forearms, boots, knees, one after another. Certainly Jerry McIntyre is going to be real stiff after this match is over, if he's not stiff already.
Ooh. I still see it. Is it hair or what is it flying
I think
out?
it is, yeah. Kent's just grabbing him. Right now he's got a handful of hair. And
yeah, the hair's flying off of McIntyre.
And of course,
maybe it's
Kent now pulling McIntyre back, pulling him back into the corner, trying to maneuver him in there. Oh, and he laid a heavy forearm in on McIntyre. There's another one. And I'm sure you can hear him. Referee ordering Kent to stand back. When a wrestler is in the ropes like that, the opponent is, according to the rules, must stand back, let him return to center ring. Of course, Kent has never been one to stick to the rules too carefully. Kent with McIntyre in the corner in a bad way now. There's nothing left in Jerry McIntyre, and he's got him split open, Bruiser.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's really cut, too. It's coming up.
Favorite tactic of Bulldog Don Kent, Dr. Jerry Graham, just to pound and pound and pound away until your man is split open.
He is really cut. There's our...
He's going to have a lot of stitches here. That blood is just pouring out of his head.
He's hit an artery.
Oh, sickening sight here.
He's somehow cut an artery.
Can the referee stop this match? I believe he can if it gets loss of blood.
It gets in, he thinks he might lose an eye or something. He's got to.
I think the way that McIntyre is bleeding now, the best thing to do would be for the referee to stop it. I know they give him a lot of leeway, and they're in there, and they know what they're in for when they get in the ring. And at the same time, you don't want to see a career-ending injury.
Well,
We'd best get some medical attention here very rapidly for Jerry McIntyre as the hand of the Bulldog raised in the victory.
the problem is our doctor's back in the locker room now taking care of another wrestler got hurt a while ago. He should be out here ringside.
Oh, jeez. Well, Bulldog, very proud of himself here. Just absolutely demolished Jerry McIntyre.
That should get McIntyre back to the locker room as fast as they can. There,
You got out of there before Kent could kick him out. McIntyre can't even stand up, Bruiser.
I can understand why.
This match, the wrestling bone breaker, Bulldog Don Kent.
There is the Bulldog, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, victorious again, even without Dr. Jerry Graham in his corner. Jerry Graham for president? Good Lord, what an awful thought. Bulldog Don Kent. Hey, you get out of here. Kent making a lunge for the Bruiser and I here as we take a look at the Closing seconds of this match. The great Wojo is coming up. We'll return with that and more.
This is one fall, 15-minute time limitation for the WWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing the challenger from Quebec, Canada. He weighed in at 230 pounds. Here is Harry Canadian. And his opponent from Toledo, Ohio. He weighed in at 268 pounds. The reigning WWA Heavyweight Champion, the great Wojo.
And Wojo doesn't even wait for the bell, moves right in on Harry Canadian.
Yeah, Harry Canadian better get moving or that Wojo will lead him up.
Harry making his debut in the program today, and it'll be one he'll remember for a long time. I'm certain of that as he faces the roughest, the toughest, the #1 main man, the world heavyweight champion, the great Wojo.
He's the toughest champion I've ever faced.
A man with impeccable credentials in the world of wrestling. Olympic standout, would have gone to the Olympics in 1980 had they not been boycotted. Has worked his way all the way to the top.
Hell, he beat every amateur Olympian that year anyway, so you might as well just call him the Olympic champion.
The man who puts the $10,000 up in many arenas. For anybody who can come into the ring and defeat him in 5 minutes or less, and he's had many amateur standouts come in and try to defeat him, and none have been able to. They've still got that $10,000 gathering interest somewhere.
Side suplex.
Wojo in for the count now. He might get him. No, doesn't allow it to go in. Pulled him up. Wojo, massive forearm, big sledgehammer. Wojo.
Canadian, Harry's looking for him.
And here he comes.
Didn't have to look far.
Double fist off of the middle rope by the great Wojo. Without his manager, Dr. Jerry Graham, who's been barred from the Premier Center, is where we're bringing you the matches from, north of Detroit.
I'll tell you, Wojo is similar to we saw right on his head.
Yeah.
That'll straighten him up.
Whoa, once again. Doesn't allow the pin to go in.
I think maybe he's got a bad neck now, Terry.
A what?
A bad neck.
I'm sure he does. He's going to be have an awful stiff neck for quite a long time, I'm sure. The world heavyweight champion on your screen now certainly has had the upper hand. I was going to say since the bell rang, but Wojo didn't even wait for the bell. He attacked him from behind even before the bell would have sounded.
There he goes with that real high suplex.
Suplex again by Wojo, and once again, let's see if he'll allow the count to go in. He does not. Very infuriating to all the fans here in the Premier Center. Certainly, I'm sure to you also, Bruiser. I mean, he's hurt him. The guy is basically defeated. He should pin him. But the great Wojo is out to do a lot more than merely defeat his opponents. He's out to hurt him if he can. Certainly an attitude instilled in him by Dr. Jerry Graham.
I still look for Graham to show up.
Put it past him.
Backbreaker.
There it is, yeah. Any number of submission maneuvers here. As again, about the 4th or 5th time here, Wojo has refused to allow the count to go in.
I think this fellow Wojo's wrestling. I think he's knocked out right now.
He's got nothing left.
I think he's completely knocked out.
Ooh, brutal move there by the great Wojo.
I think he's knocked out right now.
Illustration of the massive strength of the great Wojo there, too.
I think he's knocked out on his feet right now. He can't get up.
Big forearm again by Wojo. He does know how to throw those forearms, doesn't he?
What do you call this, Terry?
Oh, I would call it the camel clutch myself.
No, that's not a camel clutch.
Wojo again now.
I don't know what else he can do to this guy.
Exactly. I'm sure he'll come up with something, though. Look at him just putting the hurt on him. Excruciating pain that Harry Canadian must be in at this point.
I think he's adjusting his back for more punishment.
Look at all the welts on his back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's knocked out, plus he's probably injured a couple ribs by now.
I would say. The referee's getting a little impatient.
It's kind of a new maneuver to use a rope as a fulcrum in the middle of his back like that. There he is. That's what he's doing. He's trying.
We could see a submission right here.
They're definitely trying to hurt his back.
The great Wojo treating his opponent here in a very, very shabby manner. Certainly.
Did he give up yet? No, I thought he...
I don't think he can. I don't think he knows where he's at.
That's exactly what I think. I thought he gave up. The referee said, no, keep it going. Now, if this isn't it, that's the backbreaker again.
Yes, sir. He's in for the count. This has got to be it. No, look at that.
I don't believe it.
I know it's hard for you to sit here and watch that.
Yeah, this actually, you see guys get cut accidentally or on purpose. They run him into the post. But I'll make you bet this fella's hurt worse than those guys we see that are bleeding all over the place.
Yeah, good point.
This is a more serious hurt. Those guys, take those stitches out and they're as good as new in a couple weeks. But this guy's going to be hurting. He's going to be hurting for several months.
We're going to be talking to the great Wojo here very shortly.
He knocked the skin off his hands.
Now, working on that right arm now. Putting the boots to him. He's put the hurt on just about every part of this poor guy's body.
At least he's not biased.
Uh-oh. Picked him up in that backbreaker. Gotta be it. This has got to be a submission hold. Call it, ref. That's it.
Well, that Wojo is the toughest thing I've seen. He gets tougher every week. Every week he's tougher. Watch it, Terry.
I have some words now with the World Heavyweight Champion, and I'm sure the thing on the minds of most of the fans in attendance here is, why did you wait so long when it was so obvious you had this poor guy defeated so long ago? Why did you wait so long to finally let the end of the match go in?
I need practice. I need competition. And I like to hurt people.
Speaking about competition, speaking about practice and things, your actions sometime back against Cousin Junior. We want to...
Cousin Junior is a chump. I can see it right now. These chump promoters are giving him a push to the top. He should have to work his way up just like everybody else. He's not ready for me. He's not ready for Jerry Graham Jr. or he's not ready for Bulldog Kent. Let him work his way up. He is nothing but a hit man sent here to shut me up from another promotion. They sent him to shut me up. They're not gonna. He's gonna be the one that's gonna be hit before this is over with.
Certainly you're aware, as are all the fans here, of the worldwide, the international reputation of Cousin Junior. The clash between these two is inevitable. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. Fans, I'm sure you've heard many things about the MakeAWish Foundation, the organization which raises money to grant wishes, last wishes to terminally ill children. For the benefit of the MakeAWish Foundation, we're very proud to be part of a special evening on Tuesday, July the 29th, all taking place at the Lucas County Stadium. You will see the Toledo Mud Hens in action, followed by Bruiser Bedlam wrestling action. 10,000 people saw us last time we were there. You make sure you're on hand on Tuesday, July the 29th. You will see the great Wojo on hand, defending his belt against Calypso Jim. The World Tag Team Championship at stake. The Dr. Jerry Graham and Bulldog Don Kent, the champions, to face Chris Carter and Yukon Moose Cholak. Also on hand, former All-Pro Oakland Raider Ben Davidson from the Miller Lite commercials. He will be arm wrestling the world champion, the Great Wojo, in a special challenge event that night, and also refereeing one of the matches. Tuesday, July the 29th at the Lucas County Stadium. Get your tickets, an enjoyable evening of sports on Tuesday, July the 29th. Then Bruiser Bedlam wrestling action coming to Jackson, Michigan, to the Optimist Park on Saturday, July the 12th. On hand, the Great Wojo, the world heavyweight champion, Dr. Jerry Graham, Chris Carter, and the world's most dangerous wrestler, Dick the Bruiser. In addition to those names, also to join us, the Lebanese freedom fighter, Muhammad Jihad Saad, and his most holy wife, Samira. We heard from Man Mountain Tyler, your opponent.
Well, I do not care what he says. This Mad Mountain, I tell you, he stinks. That's all. The only strong thing that he's got is his smell, because he comes out here. I tell you, I've given you beatings before. This time I will get rid of you because you are nothing but stupid. Believe me, he's stupid, just like all of you stupid American. I'm sick. I don't like to talk American. الانجليزي لغه وسخه مثلكم انتم جماعه كليب، وهذا تيري تايلر. صحيح انك انت كبير بس اونس عضل ما فيك، وبس جيبك بالرنج بدي كسرك راسك.
340 pounds. You're going to have your hands full there at the Optimist Park. That's in Jackson, Michigan on Saturday night, July the 12th. Ladies and gentlemen, join us at ringside.
Terry, I told you, whenever you have the wild Polynesian man or you've got the Great Wojo, you're going to see the meanest, toughest wrestlers in the world.
And what an excellent match it was between the Polynesian Wildman and the great young star, Rick Sampson. And also, we're always dazzled by the appearance of El Bracero.
El Bracero is probably the finest Spanish wrestler and athlete in the United States.
Without a doubt.
I think he's the greatest, and I still hate Wojo.
This has been a presentation of Bedlam Productions Incorporated in association with Championship Wrestling Incorporated.